Yo, what's going on, Poke Bros? I uploaded earlier today me playing some Settlers of Catan, and just to keep getting used to the video editing software on here, I thought I might actually record some Pokemon. I think this might be a little bit too loud. Let me just pull this down a little bit here. Now, this one's going to be me alone. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would want to narrate together. Came in a little bit late, but this is the Smogon Classic series between ABR and FMG. So when I came in, saw a lead Chansey get frozen. I'm just now realizing that is indeed lead Chansey. Fairly ridiculously, in my opinion. I don't think going for a Sing through paralysis, if you're expecting a Psychic lead, a Mizam lead. ABR's team just looks goofy. What is going on here? Well, it looks like he's gotten himself into a lovely Reflect Snorlax versus Reflect Snorlax situation. So we're burning some Res PP there. Let's see what we got here. Jinx is asleep. Does that mean that it... How did this game even start? Oh, Jinx must have missed Lovely Kiss turn 1. Oh, no, it hit it. Oh, okay, and then he went back into... So you are asleep, gotcha. Alright, ABR, I like that play, actually, a lot. Because by the looks of things, he needed to just shake the game up a little bit. Pull some momentum out of nowhere, basically. This is still a little loud. Okay, so he goes for the T-Wave. Very reasonable play on both players' side. FMG has a Thunderbolt and he grabs a crit, while ABR also has Thunderbolt and does not get a crit, but he loses the speed tie. And bluntly, this is looking outrageously grim for my boy Adam. He can go for a... I might just Body Slam here, to be honest. Let me close that. Versus Starmie. Hyper Beam does guaranteed kill. I didn't know if it was a roll or if it was guaranteed. It does guaranteed kill, but I don't know. FMG can just hard switch into any number of things. Take that same Hyper Beam. Yeah. Okay, well at least he takes out the Jinx. That's fine. So FMG is thinking a little bit here, but I'm pretty sure he's still outrageously in the lead. Snorlax is a fine play here. He's double normal. You can just throw away the Chansey here. Yeah, because he's just well no, ABR made the right play, actually. I'm sorry, I was being stupid. But a miss puts him further behind, unfortunately. So maybe go for... Well, I mean, I guarantee this is not going to be Exeggutor, which would actually be a pretty nice option right now. Because look, you Psychic into this, it's what? 39, 40? Something like that, a little bit more. Then then you can threaten it with a double edge. You can beat up a Snorlax that's asleep with Psychic. And against one of these two, you can threaten a Sleep Powder. Now, I didn't help ABR at all with, yeah, there we go, it's a Rhydon. And he gets a very timely crit. Despite that working out, in my opinion, this absolutely should have been an Executor. Yeah, even with that crit, an Executor would still be better here. Because now he can just go, like, he probably doesn't fucking have it either. All of these people think they're too good for Executor when it's legitimately one of the best 4 mons in the game. But yeah, he can just go into Tauros Blizzard here. I don't know what bullshit this is going to be, but if it was a reasonable mon, he won here. But instead it's going to be some stupid nonsense, I bet. Kind of disagree with ABR's play there. Because Rhydon should take 1 Blizzard, right? Like, I haven't gotten that rusty at this. Yeah, obviously, okay. So you get the EQ damage off on him, right? So you Earthquake 37 to 44. You can't quite reach it with Earthquake and Hyper Beam. You do need a crit, unfortunately, but at least you can win the tie and crit it. Here, he's kind of got to go for the... oh, well, no. Fair enough. He can... FMG should just, like, Earthquake, I guess. Because Earthquake puts us into range of Blizzard. And it's a 2 at KO on here, as is Body Slam, and I'm pretty sure an Earthquake crit would kill, right? Yeah, it would. So... and the reason why he shouldn't just risk Hyper Beam is because one of the few ways he can, like, really lose this would be if ABR went hard into Rhydon here, took the Hyper Beam, EQ'd, right? And then, even then, he's still, like, barely in range of the Hyper Beam there. Okay, Zapdos. Oof, on the Blizzard. Well, this is exactly what I meant. If either of them had a reasonable team, this game was as good as one based on what they've seen, so... I gotta tell everyone, I don't understand why randomly this began to happen. Like, people just flat out stopped using Executor when it's genuinely one of the best 4 mons. So FMG makes some ludicrous play. Drill Pecks twice into the Rhydon. So now he's in range of the Blizzard. Okay, well, what ABR is going to do, or should do, is just sack Alakazam here. And then go back to Tauros and do the same thing that he did before, basically. Threaten the hard into... well, no, that doesn't do bullshit. Yeah, I don't see ABR winning this. So Blizzard's 100% coming, right? He goes into Alakazam and he wakes turn 1, I guess. Even then, does he... yeah, Psychic puts it in range of... oh, okay, my mistake. I forgot the calc that I looked at moments ago. So that did not kill. Phenomenal. Okay, so Frydon's gone. So ABR is going to go to Taurus and hope to crit the beam, I guess. Yeah, he can crit Hyper Beam, or he can dodge one. Well, okay, dodged. And Blizzard, yeah, I like that. That was a good play, ABR. Now just win this tie. Come on, baby. Even just narrating this, I can feel how rusty I've gotten at this metagame, because I've misplayed a good ton, even just talking this through. This is a great dodge. Come on, win the tie. Actually, harden to Alakazam, because then you get to try and wake on the recharge turn. Right? Is that the play? No, it's the same thing if he dies here. Okay, whatever. He won the tie. Nice. Okay. Good job. See if there's anyone on play against. While we wait. I don't know who a lot of these people are. This guy's the name Pepsi. It's lucky. Is there some other game going on? Electric Wind versus Suapa. I think this was for the charity game. He is destroyed by this Togekiss. Oh, they're still going. Okay, I guess it's best of 3. That's good. Electric Wind has stall against Suapa's kind of weird, bulky offense kind of thing. Tip of the waterfall for 36. He's going to EQ here, I bet. 42. Ow. He's just going to spam roost. Eventually, yeah, he's got a curse again. You just air slash here. Oop. Well, you just air slash again, yeah. He is dodge 2. Oh, this is neat. Flinch, okay. Is he? No, he's not in range. One more? Yeah. Tony said to ABR, I'm so proud of what? Did they start their next game? Yeah, okay. I'll quickly go back to the first turn because I missed it. Kuhn against Skarm, he's just going to get spikes up, I bet. Yep. And he's going to get another layer up and then die to the Magneton. No, ABR actually switches. Cool. Okay, he goes back into the Suicune. So he goes for an Ice Beam, switches to T-Tar. Calm Mind, so ABR is absolutely going to get out of here. Back to the Blissey on the Surf. Blissey also starts to Calm Mind. Oh, and then FMG roars right into the T-Tar. ABR's fucked. He CMs. Oh, what happened? Okay, Surf and Ice Beam. Oh my god, no way. He freezes the Suicune. And he actually switches. Oh yeah, because he goes right to Tyranitar so he can threaten him. Got it, okay. crunches the Celebi and gets a drop. And we're caught up now. So this is an awkward spot for FMG, certainly. He got the drop, so this next crunch is definitely going to kill. No two ways about that. But then he's got to play the pursuit game, right? I don't know if ABR has pursuit or not, but I imagine if he does, he's just going to go for it here, because it's still going to do a decent amount of damage even if he stays in and takes a hit. They did tell me Celebes were all running HP grass now, though. However, if that were true, I guess he wouldn't have leech seeded first. Maybe he would have, because if he didn't get the drop right away, he could recover spam a little bit and then get right out of there. Maybe. I don't know. FMG's debating what to do here. Yeah, that drop in particular put him in a pretty bad place, I think. Oh, he could baton pass, but he has to baton pass the drop, even if he did have that. ABR does just crunch and kills it, though. FMG hedged his bets and got off a heal bell, which got rid of the freeze, that's pretty good for him. And probably a good idea to bring against ABR. ABR goes into the Blissey as Suicune Calm Minds. So ABR didn't really have a comfortable answer to this last time. It was not frozen. So let's see what he tries to do here. Keep in mind Suicune has pressure, so he doesn't even have a ton of ice beams to go for. Okay, so he's going to T-Bolt. He's probably going to try and chip it, force it to rest. And then on the if he can time the turn in which he forces it to rest, he can go to a physical attacker to force it out, or something with roar or whatever. Right now that has to be the turn. Okay, so ABR fucks up a little bit. He didn't get the turn right. Let's see what he does here. He goes to T-Tar. One sleep, maybe T-Tar has roar, and that's fine. Yeah, okay, he does. Good play. Then he didn't fuck up at all. It was the perfectly appropriate play to make. Gets Blissey in, goes for Seismic Toss on the Swampert, and what was once looking quite grim for ABR now looks a lot better. He even surfs on the counter. I don't know if that's more common tech or not at this point, but to me that's neat, because Blissey's did not run counter last time I played ADV a lot. ABR goes Blissey as FMG pulls out into the Suicune. Good turn for ABR. He can now just threaten a T-Bolt. Yep. Oh, well, actually, Calm Mind. Oh, good play, because eventually the pressure is going to start getting to T-Bolt. That's right. Okay, so he goes for the T-Bolt there. Yep, on the roar, and oh, what luck. What? There's no chance EQ didn't put him into range, really? You know what? Go right back into Dugtrio right now. Guess not. Teal 6 gets it wrong once again. And it looks like I'm a little bit behind because everyone's saying ABR moment in the chat, which typically means something is frozen. Oh, well, close enough. Does he go for it? Yes. But he gets the rest off. Okay, and then we cycle again. How many? Oh yeah, pressure doesn't count in ADV, so. Okay, Magneton in. ABR goes for the Fire Blast, gets a critical hit. Crit actually did far more than I had expected. FMG makes a good play though. CM's on the wake, even though ABR could have threatened the roar. Oof, and that's a good T-bolt by ABR catching the roar, but unfortunately, Skarmory is what comes in. We're going to see a Whirlwind here, I bet. Or, no, Spikes. He might not have Whirlwind. It is lead. Could be one of those goofier sets with... Okay, he does. He has Roar. Gyarados comes out. He switches into the Claydol as Gengar comes. ABR is probably switching in fear of a taunt. See a Wisp come off, land right into the Blissey. Wisp, I think, has less accuracy in this gen. And they're playing really fast, actually. Oh. Data. Will-O-Wisp. Yeah, 75%. So, okay, ABR goes for an Ice Beam, catches the Claydol on the switch in. His own Blissey is paralyzed. Claydol throws off a Psychic, only to be met with another Ice Beam. Not looking great. He was trying to catch the Gengar. ABR just made a really aggressive play there. Well, really aggressive in the sense that if he did Rapid Spin, he would lose all that progress. FMG sticks to his guns, goes for another Psychic, and falls to the Ice Beam from ABR. Now, how many turns does this have left? So, okay. Risky. He's going for the para here. If he gets it, that'd be pretty good for him. If not, this T-Bolt, even if he's at +1, is... If he doesn't get the para here, let's see. ABR goes for Soft Boiled, okay. So he is planning, I think, to cycle this out once more. But he does get parried. Now, he's not, like, at risk of losing or anything at these points, right? Because the worst comes to worst, he sacks something off, he Qs, and then roars as it sleeps or whatever. Or Gengar does whatever minimal damage it needs to do. Yep, so we're going to cycle through this once more. We'll see a Roar come out here. Gets Blissey in. Nice play, roaring on the obvious soft-boiled. We see Magneton here. Protect as a Fire Blast comes off. Maybe a Crunch? Fire Blast. See Swampert come out. We know that this has Toxic, which might go, yeah, Suicune eventually, but he's first going to stay in to just chip this down. Yep, they're playing, again, pretty quickly, faster than even the animations. Like, they're not thinking on these turns very much. Okay, so we see a Calm Mind. We're going to see a Toxic here. Yeah. I don't think there's really any way ABR can lose this. Yep, so you see a Rest come off, and we'll see another Roar. Does get the Blissey again. ABR goes into his own Calm Mind here as he Thunder Waves is what's probably going to happen. It's a risky play. Because this Thunderbolt's going to do a shitload. Yeah, what? Now he just spams Thunderbolt. Actually, yeah, I mean, what else did FMG really even have to do? He should have T-Waved, I guess, but... True, I don't actually know how many T-Bolts he has left. This might be the last one, actually. Calm Mind here? Yeah, Calm Mind here works. There's no reason not to. Because he has a guaranteed sleep turn. 2 sleep turns, rather. So he can Calm Mind twice. Then on the turn that this must wake, he can T-Bolt. Even if it's the last one he wastes, it doesn't really matter. I don't like that from ABR. I mean, like I said, I don't know if he Thunderbolted all on Suicune. He has 0 right now, but I don't remember if he did or didn't. Yeah, I don't like that play that much. So we see a Toxic come off. This still is at 0 turns to sleep, so this is gonna die some way or another. Because if he has Earthquake, that'll just knock it into range. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you had to double. And ABR calls that double appropriately. I was going to say, the other thing could be he can hard into Doug to trap it, but then he gets stuck in the EQ, and he EQs on the Gyarados, which sucks. Good play, good play. The Gengar was the good mid-ground there to catch that. Thunderbolts into the Blissey, he was able to just heal, but stays alive for one more turn yet. Now again, this is getting to the point where 2 Surfs will even kill it, so ABR doesn't even need to have what's it called, Earthquake, which at this point he pretty clearly doesn't, I don't think. So we see a Toxic come off on the Blissey, good call there. Now he can just Surf, yeah. He's gonna wanna Surf if he can help it. Yeah, now this might have Taunt, but it doesn't look like he does. And that's basically game. Okay. Because I don't see any way ABR can lose from here now. The Gyarados was the only thing that posed a remote threat even. Unless it has like Taunt Rest. I can't, there's not even a set I can think of that works here. Yeah, HP Flying with thirds. Oh, he does have Rest, but we see a Roar. But FMG's not going to get that chance again. It's just how these things are going to go. Take a drink of water, so sorry about that. Magneton comes in, goes for the Protect, as ABR goes to the T-Tar. He's just going to Fire Blast on the Protect, I bet. Yep. And then he's going to do it again, I bet. Yep. Like I said, I really don't think that there's a way ABR can lose this. The Gyarados is like the only remote threat, but even then there's just so many ways to keep it in check or pressure it. Like Swampert always gets the Toxic off, and yes, granted, the Skarmory will eventually get trapped. You can do this over and over. Blissey's Soft Boils eventually are going to be out because they're only at 9 right now. It's going to T-Bolt on it. Wisp is even better. See the Swampert come out. Bliss is going to have to Soft Boiled here. And it's just taking way too much damage over and over and over. ABR can even hard into Gengar here because it's not like it matters. It's not going to get hit by anything else. Oh yeah, I forgot this even has another turn of sleep. This is just a processional at this point. Blows up on the Blissey, and then he EQ traps both of these. Good game. So 2-0 to ABR. One more and he moves on. I think this is the first round of Classic playoffs. So a few top 16, I guess. Let's see if there's any games going on while we wait. They're still playing, these guys? Jesus Christ. I guess this guy's thing is like stall or whatever. Because like wasn't he using a stall team before? So we have a Slowbro with an unrevealed item. With Thunderwave, Teleport, and Scald. It's probably heavy duty boots, I guess. I saw they were running that a lot. Guy ports out. I don't want to miss the series I actually care about, but ports into Exca. I wonder if he has Rock Slide. Yeah, he does. Why did I say sigh? There's defense, so he lived, my ass. There's a crit chance and a flinch chance. You can't bitch about stuff like that. And then also, he literally had to go for it, right? Like, how else was he ever going to beat the combo of Chansey and Rotom? Unless he rock slided like on a switch in or something, but... Alright, well... SS, since the meta change, has looked a little bit weird to me. But... I don't want to open up my team builder just in case, but I've been actually working on some stuff. I forgot I asked for a game like 30 minutes ago in Northeast, and looks like Jade said he would play, but I forgot to respond.
As well, but
Yo,
whatever. Hey, Albert.
where's this game
my
at?
guy, my dude,
What's going on, Lucas?
my brother.
Where's
keep listing them off.
Where's ABR versus
It
FMG?
started.
I know,
Yeah,
but
maybe it was up 2-0.
where's game 3?
It's soon, bro. Don't worry.
Well, there we go.
We're going to Gen 4.
So that looks like a disgusting stall already.
I was wrong, by the way, Roro. I do believe he has all 3.
So who's gonna spike with Bronzong? Is it Scar Bronzong team?
Who do you think?
It's a
Fair
good
dilemma.
Well,
It's a
it's-
good
oh,
Yeah, they can talk, but I'm going to continue narrating. So FMG leads with the Azelf, taunts ABR, who paybacks twice for the kill, gets the Rain Dance. Hydro Pump comes off, this is going to explode. Yep. Takes out the Kingdra. This is looking like a clean 3-0 for ABR. He just doesn't falter on this shit. The guy's so annoying to play. Now, granted, I am 1-0 all time against him in official tournaments, but neither here nor there. So we see a Ludicolo come out. ABR goes with like the one Mon that certainly is fine against any other Rain Sweeper. Of course it has Thunder Wave, so he hits the Bronzong with that. We're going to see this pull out right away though. For, yep, Skarmory. Great play by FMG actually, going right back into the Ludicolo. Maybe Hydro Pump comes off here. Now I have no ability to predict what's in the back. I don't know how team structures work in this tier or anything like that. Like ABR, maybe Bronzong was his rocker, or maybe no. I mean, knowing him, Bronzong was the rocker. Skarmory would be a spiker. So there's probably a Ghost and a Clefable. And he dodges a Hydro Pump, so, I mean... I'm imagining he knows what he's doing here. Like, he would have been okay if that hit, but that's just... you know, favorable, I guess. See another Hydro Pump, it does 82, Jesus Christ. T-Bolt comes off, does negligible damage. So yeah, I guess ABR was entirely intending to sack this. See an Ice Beam finish off the Ludicolo. We're going to see the Lottie coming back out, I think. But he's going to have to double on the Bronzong. Yep. And he gets the Skarmory, and that's a good play. He's going to Rain Dance with the Bronzong, I bet, but he gets parried. So we'll see another spike come out as he Rain Dances. Probably a third. Yeah. Goes, okay, Hypnosis through parrot. Like, can't really complain about missing that. See a Brave Bird come off. As the Hypnosis does hit on the second attempt. He goes into the Rotom as Quillfish comes out. Rotom, it's not actually like fire type in this gen, so even though it's Rotom Heat, so you can just T-Bolt. Probably lives, whatever the fuck this goes for. Nope, absolutely does not live, my mistake. So we see Lottie. He can't beat the Bronzong now. Maybe Quillfish is like D-Bond? Sword Stance, okay, even worse. Nah, I mean, now he just has to wait the 2 turns, so. I mean, that's meaningless. He sacked the already dead, essentially dead Mon. Yeah, this was the play, actually. Was it, actually? Let me think for a second. Well, it depends on what the Jirachi's running, I guess. If he's Iron Head, why not? Well, okay, why not just go to Lottie? Because Lottie brings in Bronzong, Rain Dances, sacks itself, whatever. Quillfish comes out, gets another hit off here. He can flinch, even if he's just Iron Head. Psychic. So this is special. Just got a text. Oh my god, this is terrible for ABR. Calm Minds doesn't. Yeah, an explosion comes off. Does a good amount of damage. Okay. Well now, okay, because this was Life Orb, right? So it only gets 1 more hit off, right? Minus 25. No, it gets 2 hits off. So he can probably kill the Lottie with a Waterfall plus whatever. Maybe the play is go Lottie on the Waterfall back into Jirachi. Yep. Oh no, even if this has like Poison Jab or whatever, it doesn't kill. Never mind. I thought that would do way more, to be honest. Oh, it explodes. Wow, okay. So I think ABR loses then. This is a good game, assuming Doug. I don't really understand what Doug would trap in this, but again, I don't understand anything about this tier. Hydro Pump takes him out anyway. Yeah, I don't, like, that's just further proof that I don't get anything about DPP. Like, what? I don't even understand what Doug would be aimed at. It's not like there's a fucking Toxapex in here. I'm gonna get some water.
I wouldn't joke about anything else that happens here tonight.
You're the only one I can talk to.
Looks like we got a black and white now that we're back. Came back right in time too. See Gliscor on Ferrothorn lead. Ferrothorn come out from ABR, gets trapped immediately.
I wouldn't joke.
HP fire as it gets up a layer of rocks and spikes and dies. Kliss comes back out as he EQs into the Ferrothorn for negligible damage, but it does start to rack up with the hazards, I guess. EQs again into the Protect. Probably just gonna see more hazards come up. He does have Leech Seed, so... I mean, why wouldn't he have Leech Seed? See Jellicent come out on the spikes. I don't see how ABR wins this. Probably through Lottie, I guess. Combo of Lottie and Alakazam. But he needs to wear that Ferrothorn down, which is why he's like going balls to the wall just to chip it. See a Wisp come off and it hits the Latios. FMG is an interesting non-weather team. You don't see that really in black and white, so... Draco does a fucking shitload to the zone, to the point where it's essentially unusable after this. Unless he can get that spin off with the Excadrill. Seen EQ come out as he Leech Seeds. ABR goes for the Earthquake again, assuming a double Leech, which does indeed come out. I bet ABR EQs one more time too. Triple, I bet. Oh, Spike. Okay. Spike was a good mid-ground. He made some progress, no matter what, I guess. So he's going to Wisp into the Protect. We're going to see a switch on FMG's side, because FMG knows he can't let that get Wisped. So ABR doubles into Lottie. On the Rotom, good play. And we're going to see a Draco again, which probably is going to kill the zone, yeah. Surf. Okay, Surf is good enough. Because I guess it hit Exca, who might have wanted to come in to spin or something like that. Oh, so Lottie's not choiced. We learned that. So there goes Rotom. FMG now looks to be in a really awkward position here. With the Pharaoh having a pretty limited lifespan, all things considered. I'm assuming that... Oh, you know what? You can't even say... Because the Lando is probably, like, defensive, right? Defensive with rocks. So, unless he goes for the Speed Tie... Or if Exca is Scarf, but then he has to play a really weird turn of like, do I spin, do I Iron Head? Maybe he's Mold Breaker, I guess, but ABR can just always go Gliscor, really. He doesn't lose a ton by that. This looks pretty grim for FMG, if I'm being honest here. He's probably trying to map out a plan that has him win somehow. Can't even really go for like the Speed Tie with Latios too, because ABR could just sack something. Sack Lottie even. Okay, so it does go Excadrill. I mean, even if the Excadrill I mean, the extra is not Scarf. I don't think they run that in this tier. But ABR can just hard into Gliscor, I think. It's the next turn where, and it is Moldbreaker, but it's the next turn where I think he should make the prediction into Jellicent. Here, I would always attack if I was FMG. Because like a spin into Jellicent is so bad at this point. And there's really like nothing else even to go for. Okay, so he does go to Gliscor. Exga gets up the rocks. Okay, so I guess it is Scarf Lottie, or I'm sorry, Scarf Landorus. I didn't expect that. I will admit that, but I don't think that changes the picture too much here. See the EQ come off. He's gonna. Wow. Okay, he gets the spin off. Bulky Excadrill. So two turns definitely in favor of FMG here, and again, this goes to show my lack of comfort with this tier. I think because I would have made the same plays ABR did, and it looks like FMG was able to take advantage of those plays. Yeah, because it's not like what does the health on Drill really matter? It's not like he was doing anything different from there, because every time he offensively threatens something, Gliscor can come in. So but I don't know. The more I think about it, maybe he needed that one hit. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. So we get a Wisp on the Lottie, double hard into Landorus, who I now presume to be Scarf. He's going to U-turn on the Gliscor switch, so that makes sense. And there's no reason to watch me as a Pokemon content creator, because I've been so wrong with so many of these games. ABR goes into Zam on the Leech Seed, that's funny. Okay, he goes for Hidden Power. Now, I assume it's Fire, and for what it's worth, that would be a very ABR thing to do, right? In Power Fire to ensure, to ensure that you don't miss Focus Blast when you need to hit Pharaoh or whatever. We're gonna see a U-turn. Yep. This is well played. This is actually really well played. But both of them are doing what I think they're supposed to be doing, but ABR wrestled back momentum there pretty well. So here we see a Power Whip come off on Gliscor. ABR can always sack something if he wants to too. Like, yeah, he can do that. Run out the Power Whips. EQ. Another Power Whip out. Gliscor's getting a little low, buddy. He goes, what? Adam, the fuck are you doing, bruh? Well, it's the same thing, right? I mean, he took his one hit. But why not protect on one of those? Or maybe that little bit of damage makes sure Pharaoh is in range? I don't really know. So HP Fire is going to take out the Excadrill. And we are going to see the Landorus come out. He doesn't quite need Jellicent anymore. So you can always go to that. Let the Lottie kill it afterwards. Trap it with the T-Tar. Sack T-Tar to Landorus. No? I mean, you did get a hit with that if you wanted, but... well, whatever. and HP fire on the tech. That much is clear. Don't you just HP fire again? I think you do on the landers, right? Because it does a third. Yeah, it does. Yeah, so Adam should click fire. Worst comes to worst, it hits the landers for another third. He goes to Jellicent on the U-turn. U-turns into literally whatever, doesn't matter, right? Because he can kill it with, obviously, okay, U-turns on the Jellicent into Lottie. Has to stay in with Lottie to kill it. There's no other option, right? Then T-Tar comes in, Pursuit traps the Lottie. Then Landers comes in, revenges the T-Tar. Please HP fire. Okay, good. You know what you're doing. Okay, he goes Gliscor. Which I suppose is the same thing, right? In a sense, as going to the fucking ghost. Now I say all of this assuming HP fire from Alakazam just Oko's Ferrothorn in this gen, because I know it's like the higher base power. Maybe I should calc that, because if it doesn't, then I have to think this through a little bit differently. Black, white, Alakazam, hidden power, fire. Oh wow, it doesn't come anywhere close to it. What? Okay, so we see a Draco come on. Okay, now I don't understand anything that's been going on. Because why wouldn't he just take the kill? What? Why wouldn't FMG just take the kill, protect, and... I don't understand this. Let's say this is even if this is 0, right? 70. Are you modest? I don't get this at all. How does he kill the Ferrothorn? Everyone in chat saying he can still lose. I think he does lose. Because look, you turn onto let's do each one in turn. You turn onto Alakazam. He brings out Ferrothorn. He's at 100. He's gotta go to Gliscor, right? Or Jellicent, I guess, and Wisp. Okay, we see he does Jellicent and he dies to the EQ, so he's gonna go to Gliscor. And then double in. He has to double into Zam, but this still does not kill. And well, that's one way to do it. Oh, that's so funny. He really... Oh, wait, no, HPIs, he wins still. Okay, that's so funny. The power whip. The fucking power whip. A miss. That's great. But yeah, chat was really, and I was wrong too, but I was wrong because I assumed HP fired killed, not realizing how weak it was. Gameplay wise, is the moment I realized FMG won guaranteed for a while now. Actually, it feels like, and yet again, I am incorrect. So what does he need? Two here. It's the 50-50. Let's see. Oh, this is a great. And he fails the second one. That was a fun game, though. That was really good. The Ferrothorn. Who would have thought that Ferrothorn would have caused so many problems? And then, to that extent, the Excadrill actually getting that spin off was so huge in terms of winning that game for FMG. That's yeah, wow, that was a really good, like, EVing it to live, the Earthquake, getting that spin off that very turn. That was a really good sequence of plays for FMG then, in order to keep the longevity of the Ferrothorn, the fidelity of his game plan intact. Then ABR had no real way to significantly damage it. He wasn't going to stay in on Wisps. He was being smart about that. The Lottie outran the Tyranitar. Yeah, ABR is talking in there. He still needs to go Zam on Leech. And to that end, I do think ABR fucked this part up a bit. He could have... Look. Is this the sequence? No, it's later on. Yeah, it's like around here. So let's see. Okay. So ABR did misplay here, I think. Because look at the situation, right? He has a full health. He has a 2-hitter with Zam, we'll call it, right? He outspeeds this. He outspeeds this. He can 2-hit KO this. He can OHKO both of these at this juncture, right? This he needs a 2-hit KO on, let's say, in a worst case scenario. So here, right? Let's see. So he protects on the Wisp, on the Whip. EQs, Whip, okay, should protect here. 100% guaranteed should click protect here. He doesn't, as he whips again, okay. Now, here, once more, I think there's no reason not to protect. There's just no reason. Let him get the HP back. Your Alakazam is gonna 2-hit KO it when it needs to. You don't need to EQ chip him into range. Because even if you do, one, he has protect. 2, he has plenty of other mons he can pivot around with and whatnot in order to bring Ferrothorn back in and protect again. I'll join Game 2 in a second, or Gen 2, Game 5 rather, in a second. But here is where ABR's misplay is. Going straight into Alakazam. Could have sacked any number of things. Sack the Latios, fuck it, right? Go Alakazam after, get your guaranteed almost KO. We'll call it HP Fire into either the Ferrothorn for the 2-hit KO, and now you kill it every single time, or HP Fire into the Landorus. Okay, whatever. You HP Fire into the Landorus, hard into the T-Tar on the U-turn. Something, one of these guys kills that. You go back into here, you win. You spam HP Fire and you win. You just play the sack game after that. So I do think that was a misplay on ABR's part. That particular turn lost him the game right here, turn 35. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Now, if I knew nothing about the last few gens, I know nothing about this gen. ABR starts with a Snorlax, which takes a Thunder, and he curses right off the bat. He hards into Skarmory on the Body Slam, gets the pair, goes for another Body Slam, as I imagine we'll see a Toxic, actually. I thought it was going to be a Whirlwind or something. So Toxic comes off, I'm assuming, right, Snorlax has Flame or whatever. He Whirlwinds into, Flame Rest, rather, I meant. Whirlwinds into Blissey, doubles back into Cloyster, he goes into Zapdos anticipating that and baits him back into the Blissey as he goes into Fortress. Jesus, this is fast. Okay, so Cloyster surfs on the T-Tar, does about half. We see another Rock Slide come off. Cloyster still has a little bit of life left in it. What do we see here? A Rest. I like that. Okay, so I'm guessing then that the Blissey is like Heal Bell or whatever, aromatherapy, whatever they run. So we see the T-Tar Rest this time around. So I guess it would be reasonable to see that Heal Bell come off now. It would get the Sleep away from the Cloyster and the Toxic away from the Snorlax. See a Sleep Talk. Tyranitar hits the Skarmory. I wonder what its last is. Fortress comes out into a Whirlwind. We just meet the Skarm again. They'll probably both Whirlwind. Yep, good play. We find out this is the dual electric team. Ima says in the chat that FMG has a hot matchup, which truthfully I can neither agree nor disagree with. I don't know what matchups are in this gen, but it's now revealed that this Tyranitar is functionally useless because its only attacking move is Rock Slide and this Golem exists. So that's that. Absolutely exceptional Rapid Spin there by ABR for the not even chip on the Zapdos. That's very funny. He just needed to see what his initial response would be, I guess. They do some other switches, and we have Golem versus Zapdos again. And we return to find Snorlax here. ABR could go into his own Skarmory on this one, I suppose. Here goes the Zapdos. Yeah, he just doesn't want to go to something that requires a Heal Bell, because he wants to save that PP. Goes back into Snorlax as the Raikou comes out, taking 6%, because this is the most tedious tier of all time. ABR goes hard into Zapdos to catch the Skarmory switch. So he's threatening this out now. FMG's he's not dumb, he's not going to stay in here. I would stay in here as Skarmory for essentially no gain. Just because I know for a fact he will not Thunder here. He's not going to waste that Thunder. I mean, he actually might. It's a completely reasonable play. It chips the Raikou, could para it, giving you momentum if you get a few full paras or whatever. So really, there's just no reason for Skarmory to stay in here. But I would stay anyway. I would feel compelled to. See, I would feel compelled to. He didn't even want to waste the PP. Adam didn't want to waste the PP, right? He's just getting spikes damage because he knows that PP can't be recovered, but health can, right? Like that, or he can always come back to this stuff, but once the PP is gone, it's gone. Okay, so he Sleep Talks the Hidden Power while FMG hits him with the Thunder. It's actually really hard to talk almost straight for an hour. It's getting tiring. See Golem come out, find the Skarmory. He doesn't want this poison, so he's going to pull back out. Yeah, into Blissey. Gets Whirlwinded. This is like stall. It feels like, at least. Like this team just keeps itself alive. So we see an HP Ice come out. Breeze past the Snorlax, who's probably going to Curse here, I imagine. Yeah, I wonder if he has a move to hit the Skarmory. even if he does, he might not want to stay in for exactly that reason. He doesn't want to get toxic. Then he could go to Zapdos. Yeah, this is a good play. So now we might just see a Sleep Talk come out. Raiku's a pretty safe switch. He gets the hidden power for, you know, negligible damage. Sometimes if I don't feel like I have anything to say, I'm just gonna mute myself because, well, like, why listen just to me breathe? ABR turns out to be Thunderbolt Zapdos, so won't miss on Skarmory, which makes sense considering the nature of his team. Consistency over power or anything like that is probably way more important.
You would defy nature for me?
Yeah.
So you see Cloyster come in as T-Tar curses, and then Rock Slides into the Golem. ABR successfully wastes a Rock Slide PP. It's going to pull back out into Zapdos, and I love that. It's such a tedious play. Rapid spinning into Zapdos. So we see Blissey on Fortress as they both move out. He's going to spin probably. Does it even have spin? I don't know. No, because if he did have spin, he'd go for it there, right? Unless he's really concerned that this has Flamethrower, which... Okay, that's reasonable, I guess, but... I don't know what Blissey's run in this tier. Fortress comes out as Golem curses. He might just EQ here. No, because Fortress can have Giga Drain, actually. Okay, so he rapid spins. He does have spin. ABR goes for the Earthquake, which it makes sense. And here's why it makes sense. Like, okay, he does let him get the spin off, but look at Cloyster versus FMG's team. There's not a lot of opportunities where he's going to reliably get a Spike Up. He could do it on the the T-Tar. He could do it on the Skarmory, and dependent on the coverage of Fortress, he can do it on Fortress, but like these electrics, every time they're in, it's a pain. So, all in all, EQ was a really good play there for ABR. At least as far as I can tell. Now here, yeah, pull back just in case, right? You don't want to take a Giga Drain or something, crits, you lose a shitload of health or whatever. Surf. Yep. So FMG just came in to grab 6% more with his Fortress. Conflict says this is over, basically. I don't see ABR choking. And same, like if... Yeah, Conflict was wrong in Black White. He did say ABR's path was free, but it wasn't. Okay, so we see FMG Snorlax come out as ABR goes to his own. And Snorlax is like just one of those mons, right? That like it's always outrageously good. So it can turn the tides of this game. ABR goes for a Toxic as the Snorlax curses. Might curse Double Edge, Rest, Sleep Talk. Nope, Thunder. As he gets Whirlwind out. Well, so far it looks like Golem walls it. Yeah, maybe I can just go Zapdos here. Snorlax is gonna be forced to rest. Like, what can he really do here? Yeah. I wonder what ABR's last move is on this. Or it's probably Curse, Rest, Sleep Talk. Yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. M Dragon also says in the chat it's 95 for ABR, which even a novice like me at GSC feels that way too. Like, he could just choke the life out of FMG here. And it's gonna be boring as shit. Okay, so we see Blissey on Fortress. God, this is such a snooze. So we see the Cloister come back out. I probably thought Fortress was gonna spin, but it instead got rocks up. Rocks, spikes, whatever. Fucking hazards. Pulls back into Golem instead as the Raikou comes out. Now, ABR can't really stay in on this. Right? He can't risk a crit here. Yep, so he does that. Probably just toss up a light screen so that he gets a few more turns where he'll have a chance to spin. It's not like Zapdos can really touch him. He goes for Ice Beam, which chips the Zapdos. Another neat little tech. Neat little move for Heal Bell, light screen, Ice Beam, soft boiled. Gets a crit. So Zapdos is going to be forced to rest here as ABR just continues to fish. Oh, nope, instead he gets the, yeah, that's a good play. So he gets the light screen up. Zapdos needs a 1 1/3 chance to get a half damage hidden power off, which is whatever. Like, that's a risk you can certainly take. I'll probably go back to Blissey here. Yeah. So we see the Golem come in on the Snorlax, which again, it does hard wall it as far as we can tell, right? We know the whole set. Yeah, we know the whole set. So, and then the fucking piddly rabbit spin to say, "Hey, I know you're switching, but I don't want to waste a PP for a move I actually give a shit about, like Cursor EQ." Thunder comes off and does, you know, a nice little chunk to Snorlax, but music just decided to stop playing. Huh. Interesting. This one is boring compared to the last one. Let's put that back on. And these two lovebirds are just switching back and forth. Oh, what a snooze fest this is. I honestly would stop if I wasn't recording for the past hour and 14 minutes or whatever. But like, this tier is just so tedious. And it feels like I know everyone says, hey, it's a tier in which, you know, the greater skill player really gets to show themselves out, right? Like the better player wins. It's a good metagame, and like, I guess that's fair. It's just that skills that it tests are not skills that I enjoy in Pokemon. Like extreme long-term game planning, like extreme lack of risky behavior, like those things. I think a skill that should be emphasized in this game is creative risk taking, right? Or ABR's fucking letting this double edge really beat up his goal. He probably has rest, so it doesn't matter, but yeah. Oh, he curses. Does he have rest? I mean, he should probably have rest, right? Considering his heal bell, but yeah, I don't know. GSC is like, how do I want to put it? Like all the excessive level of scouting and hazard damage and like things doing 6% out of 100. There's a sweet spot, I think, somewhere between the sort of like VGC style, just guess as best you can kind of metagame, and the like way too excessive, like my plan needs to be 800 turns long and needs to rely on exhausting PP from 3 different bonds. Like that's just, it's boring, and I don't play this game really to be bored. You want, like, to me, it's cooler to have like a sick set, right? Like a sick move or sick tech on one of your mons or something like that. That you kind of can't do in GC. Like you catch them once with like a surprise move, and okay, it does 58% after leftovers, and they know to dodge it from now on. I don't know. I just find it to be kind of a boring metagame. ABR curses as the Skarmory backs out into the Zapdos. He's just going to go right back to the Skarmory. So ABR takes this as an opportunity to get Golem into spin, because what's the worst that can happen? He gets Toxic. And now spikes are off his side for the rest of the game. So we see him pull back into Blissey. There's literally no... This is what I mean. Like, there's no risks that FMG can take at this point to win this game, which I think is actually the sign of an unhealthy metagame. The loss of one Mon should not create a scenario in which... well, maybe there is, but like... ABR just curses here, right? Yeah, and eventually the double edges can't even hurt him. Like, he's gonna have leftovers all the way back. This is the only time he'll have to do this whole game, because otherwise this is just not even going to get hit anymore. But yeah, to that point, there's like no possible set that FMG could realistically have had that could cause him to come back here. And I don't think that's a good metagame, right? I don't think that's fun to play. You need a degree of creativity, of unexpectedness in the game itself. But here, instead, we're at turn... Oh my god, he does even have rest. Like, of course. We're at turn 112, 113. And we all know who's going to win. There's virtually no way ABR can lose this. And this isn't like when I said those things in the games he did lose. Like, this is well and truly beyond that point. What can he even possibly do to touch him? These double edges run out at some point, right? 17 more. We just have to deal with that. And he even catches him with the rapid spin. Like, this is so dumb. And what's annoying is ABR could win this so much faster, and he knows it too. Like, he knows he's being a little bit of a jackass with it too. Because Zapdos isn't gonna HP Ice into Blissey for 3. Like, it's just so... It's even more of a waste of PP. It doesn't do anything. So he could have just EQ'd on that switch to T-Tar and it would have been fine, but... Instead, here we are. So we're going to see him throw off a Rock Slide here. Get Whirlwinded out into Snorlax. If ABR is Protect, he could go for it. He just goes hard into his own. Oh. Zapdos catches the Blissey with the crit. Oof, and he soft boiled right back to 100. So we see T-Tar curse again. ABR seems to have designated Skarmory to be like the T-Tar check. So he Whirlwinds. This is getting kind of low, but he has a guaranteed rest target with FMG's own Skarm. And he rests there anyway. Because, yeah, and that's fair, because Snorlax would have had to hit the Thunder, and then eventually he could just heal Bell the rest and do the whole thing again, so it doesn't really matter. Yep, just like that. Yeah, ABR is playing really well on top of it. See, and my complaints about the metagame are not directed towards the players or players who enjoy this. Like, it's totally cool to enjoy whatever metagame you like. I just find it tedious. And I can't shake that feeling. How many does this have left? 16? Yep. I hate those turns. How many curses does this have left? 9. Yeah, so he's almost at the point where he can't even pull that curse bullshit again. He's gonna run out, because the ABR can just force him to run out with Golem. God. Who cares? Xavier's trying to find moments for Cloyster to heal back. Like, his goals aren't even killing the opponent's mons at this point. They're just passively healing his own mons. I forget if that 1,000 turn thing is still around, but I don't think it's going to apply here because the spike is up on FMG side. So, like, eventually that's going to get to him. Because ABR can just throw out, like, safe-ish attacks every now and then, and he'll be fine. So you see Snorlax use another double edge. So that's that, I guess, but... like, what is the point of this? Adam can curse right now and rest if he wanted to. Yeah, he doesn't, and he doesn't even have to. This is miserable. Cool. Cloyster gets 6% back. If there's a single human that hears me say this particular sentence, I'd be astonished. Because, one, who's watching this in the first place? Like, I get startlingly few views. I'm almost guaranteed talking to myself right now. And two, even if you love the content that I make for some reason, you're a huge fan, right? You really sticking around to watch this? You sure? I might play some Catan in the background. This is from the video I made earlier today. I don't know. I've never played in this window before, so I don't really know how to get out of here. Yeah, quit. Okay, I can just alt tap back and forth. And I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna see where they stand. Okay, looks like nothing even remotely notable has happened. Catan looks like it's struggling to find someone. There we go. Another 3-person game, though. Time is at 8:17. I have nothing to do today. I have work to do today, but I don't feel like it. Yeah, I don't care. Adam asked if it's 1K or not. Alright, I'm going last on this board. We've really... Oh, it's the same fucking board. It's always that low ore board. I hate that. It's so boring. With the 8 and the 6. I'm not playing this. I mean, I will, but I'm ending the recording piece.